Proton Partners was first started in February last year. We were funded in June. We went out and raised 100 million in debt and equity, so 70 million equity, 30 million debt, to fund 3 proton beam therapy centres. The first one will be in Newport, South Wales, the second in Northumberland, and the third will be in London. Yes, we have the first 3 proton beam therapy centres operational throughout the UK. The first will be in Newport, South Wales, and then the second will be in Northumberland. The company was founded from discussions with Professor Carol Sikora and Sir Christopher Evans, who's a bioscience entrepreneur. And Carol, at the time, was head of Cancer Partners UK, and he had a desire to do proton beam therapy, and Cancer Partners UK had no appetite to invest in that. So we got together. I was introduced into the project to raise the capital, lead the fundraise, and then manage the business. So that's really the inception of it, and we're being quite successful on both parts. So in terms of next steps for Proton Partners, we've already started a pre-IPO fundraise. So that's looking at 60 million, which we're about to close on, to build 2 additional centres in the UK. We've already identified the sites for those, and we'll make those announcements within the next month. Today, we signed an agreement to buy a clinic in Abu Dhabi. So it was the Gulf International Cancer Centre. We've acquired that overnight. We did the deal early hours this morning, and we intend to put proton beam therapy, so Proton Centre, onto the existing cancer centre and improve the infrastructure within that centre. I think this conference has been a good medium to bring like-minded people together and participate in some collaboration. So there's certainly not everybody's a fan of proton beam therapy, but you can't really knock the evidence that's being supported by some of the presentations we're seeing here. And I think that's very positive towards proton, and it gives a very clear future that proton beam therapy will be part of the cancer space going forward. By Proton Conference 2020, we'll have at least 4 of our 5 planned centres in. We will build 2 additional ones. So I think we'll have more data involved, and I'd really like to see something around genomics being discussed, or more in-depth discussions around genomics and how we can better pool that data, mine the data, and see how we can collaborate within a much broader ecosystem to produce some better data. For people who would like to come to next year's conference, I think there'll be more interest because we will have a centre operational in the UK then. Currently there are no centres operational with the exception of Clatterbridge, and that's just proton around ocular cancer, so real low energy. So we'll have the first high energy proton centre operational, and I think it would be good for anybody participating in that conference to come and hear of the results of how we've managed to build that centre out.